this is Fran O'Neill. I'm the Director of Global Engagement here, and I'm glad that you and many others have signed up to volunteer as language partners this semester. I wanted to give you a little bit of background and orientation before you get started with your first set of conversations with your partner. First, let me thank you for stepping forward and doing this. It makes a big difference in the life of your language partner here. It really embodies community engagement on the part of our university, that some of our students are willing to step forward and help new students, new faculty members, new graduate students, new members of the community help get oriented and help get familiar with living in Tuscaloosa by having a language partner who's going to help them improve their English skills and help them become more familiar with the community around them. So you're doing a great thing. It's really important, and we thank you for your role in that. As I said, I'm the Director of Global Engagement here. Mr. Michael Nichols is our program coordinator, and he'll be your basic point of contact. You may have met him at Get On Board Day or through email when he sets you up with your language partner. We're all here in Capitol Hall, which is on the Bryce campus. Most of you know the North Lawn building for classes. Then there's the big Bryce main building, and then we're the third building in a row there. So we're just to the right of Bryce Main on the Bryce Lawn campus. And that's where your conversations will be taking place. So Mr. Nichols and I work here in Capitol Hall, and we have a team of work study students who are also part of Global Engagement with us. For your first meeting, you may want to allow plenty of time to get to Capitol Hall since it's not right in the middle of campus. There are some campus buses that come this way and can drop you in front of Bryce, in front of Capitol Hall. About your partners, most of your partners will be graduate students or adults. Some may be undergraduates, most will be graduate students, or they may be adults who are have moved here, who are working on faculty or married to a faculty member. So just to set your expectations, you'll often be working with somebody who's older than yourself, and that's fine. Just remember they're very happy and grateful and interested to meet anybody here on campus, and they're glad that you're going to be their conversation partner. All of our meetings are held here in the building, but there are lots of places to hold your conversation with your language partner. We have a big language lab that's set up nicely for you and your partner to have a conversation face-to-face. We have a lounge area in the front of Capitol Hall with some comfortable chairs and tables. And we also have an indoor courtyard, an interior courtyard where you can meet outside on nice weather days. The most important thing is that you always meet with your language partner in a doors open environment, not behind closed doors, just for everybody's safety and security. And that is especially true. Occasionally you may have a language partner who is a child. We let school-age children come in with their parents if the school-age children want to work on English language practice. Sometimes there are children involved, and those always have to be in an open door environment and with the parent within eyeshot, either in the same room or where they can see you and the child having the conversation. So that's about our only liability concern, is that you always meet in an open door environment with your language partner. It'll be up to you and your partner to decide how the conversations proceed and what they're about. So you'll want to let your conversation partner take the lead in letting you know what their goals and expectations and objectives are, what they're trying to accomplish by having a language partner. So they may want to practice English and just ordinary everyday conversation. They may want to talk about specific topics. They may want help with certain vocabulary. They may want you to help them decipher slang that they've been hearing. They might have questions about living in the United States or living here on campus, and why do students do this, or why is this the way that things happen here on campus? So they may actually be looking for some cultural background information from you. So let your conversation partner, your language partner, take the lead in telling you what they want to accomplish through these conversations. It also could be that they just want to have some friendly chat time with an American. It may be hard for newly arrived persons to create a circle of friends who are locals. And so this is an opportunity for them to make a local friend, an American friend, and just have friendly conversations. So let your conversation partner take the lead in telling you what they're trying to accomplish by having these meetings with you. When you meet them the first time, you want to have just friendly, normal, get to know you conversation. Where are you from? How long have you been here in Tuscaloosa? Why did you choose to come to Tuscaloosa? Or why did you choose the University of Alabama? Are you here with any family members? Just friendly, get to know you conversation. And always make it two-sided, so you're letting them know about you, where you're from, where your hometown is, what your family situation is. Just normal things that you talk about in getting to know someone. It's often successful if you have them show you on their telephone where their country is and where their home city is, just to show that interest in exactly where it is that they come from. So talking about where you're from can also include looking at a map or showing them on a map on your phone where you're from as well. And then talk about names. Surprisingly, this is important. First of all, you want to be sure that you know how to pronounce their name properly. And so you can work with them over a couple of sessions to make sure you're pronouncing their name properly if it's not a name that's familiar to you. And you can also ask them about their name. That's a surprisingly good topic of conversation. Is their name common in their home country? Were they named for someone in their family? Were they named for someone famous? Does the meaning of their name mean something specific in their language? So a lot of time there's a lot of cultural information that you can discern by asking them to tell you about their name, and it'll help you remember their name. And again, it can be a two-way street. You can tell them about your name as well. Then as you engage in conversations over time, you'll have to just gauge your partner's English language ability, help them along, gently correct their pronunciation. Just smile when you say a correction to them. Gently correct them, have them repeat it if they're pronouncing something incorrectly, that they're trying to get that right. Have them repeat something if you don't understand what they said. This is language partners practice, so they're expecting to improve their English, and it's absolutely fine for you to ask them to repeat something or for you to repeat yourself a few times to make sure they get it. So try not to be uncomfortable about the fact that there may be some bit of language barrier, especially at the outset with your language partner. They're there to improve their English language conversation skills, and you can only help them do that if you correct them along the way. Just do so in a friendly, kind, considerate manner. Just also remember that you're speaking to someone who's coming from a different cultural background, and you may see that, or you may have the view that everything the way we do it here in the United States is the normal way, and everything else is different from that. But of course, from their perspective, their way of doing things and their way of seeing things is the normal, and we're the ones who are out of step with that. So we all come from an ethnocentric point of view where we feel like our culture is the center of all things, and realize that they may have a different take on things. So what they find as surprising or unusual or strange here in the United States may be an everyday occurrence for you, and what you find to be a strange or unusual or surprising thing may be absolutely normal in their culture. One way that we can see this playing out is in clothing. It may be very normal for a woman from the Middle East or from another part of the world to wear some type of a head covering and very modest clothing, and that's absolutely normal, and they only feel comfortable when they're dressed that way out in public. And then they may be surprised at the way that Americans dress casually and dress like we're going to the gym all the time, and dress in a way that's not normal in their home country. So what's normal for you may not be normal for them, and vice versa. So don't be surprised by that, and just take it as a learning point. Show interest and give your partner your undivided attention, and listen carefully, and don't be distracted. Those are the kinds of things that really show that you're dedicated to this, you're there for them, you're showing them lots of respect by giving them your full attention. A good way to do that is from week to week, ask them about what they told you last week. So if they said they have a big exam coming up, ask how that exam went. If they said that they were going to talk to their family back home, ask them the next week how that conversation went with their family back home. So remember what they said from week to week, and that will prove to them that you're paying close attention to them. We have a lot of computers in our language lab for your use, so if you want to show them something on the computer on a big screen and both have a chance to look at it. You're welcome to log into the computers and do that. That's often a good language aid. Most people use their phones and point out different things on their phones, share pictures of family or pets. Your language partner will love to see pictures of both your family and your pets, that sort of thing, as a way to get to know you. If you ever feel like you're running out of topics, we'll share a topic guide with you in an email that you'll get from us, along with some other guidelines about being a conversation partner. But I don't think that's a problem for most of our students. Gradually you become comfortable and friendly and familiar with your language partner, and you'll be able to keep things going without having to have a topic guide. At the end of each of your language partner meetings, we're going to ask you to log in the specifics about that meeting. We have an online form, and you simply log in your name, the name of your partner, where your partner's from, and then there are a couple of choices about what you talked about. Did you talk about a specific academic subject? Did you work on vocabulary? Did you help them fill out a form? Did you talk about general friendly conversation? So we have a little form for you to fill out. It only takes 60 seconds to fill it out, and that helps us keep track about how much work we're doing here in the Language Partners program. You're welcome to contact us at any time before, during, or after your conversations, or during the week by email or by calling us if you have questions or concerns about your language partner, and certainly do contact if you have any concerns, if you think something's not going right or you're not sure about something. Let's just clarify it and get it corrected. We also hold global cafe events here as part of our global outreach, and so on certain Tuesday nights during the semester, 4 different Tuesday nights, we have a social time with a number of international friends and language partners, and they come here for a light dinner, and we have either some guest panelists talking with them or just fun social times around a theme. And you're always welcome to come and be a participant and a guest at our Global Cafe events. We'll give you a handout card when you get here that has the dates of those Global Cafe events. Later this semester, we'll have a social time for all of you volunteers to get together and see each other and talk with each other and compare experiences with each other as a language partner. So we haven't set a date for that yet, but we will do that a little bit later in the semester as a way for you all to get to know each other. We're looking forward to having you here in Capitol Hall as part of our Language Partners program. I think you're going to get a lot out of the experience, and I know your partners will get a lot out of the experience. I look forward to meeting you each individually. And again, thank you so much for your interest in being a language partner and taking part in global engagement here on the UA campus.